guys, it's Sam Clark, Head of Sales and Marketing here at InvisiblePPC, back again for episode number 6 in our client acquisition series. Last week we were covering sales follow-up, so if you missed that one out, head back and check out episode number 5. In episode 6 this week we're going to be covering lead qualification. So we're going to be talking about creating a criteria, we're going to be talking about getting the information, we're going to be talking about prioritizing conversations, and we're also going to be talking about following up in the right way. I have to refer to my notes there just to make sure I got them right. So without further ado, let's jump in. First off, we're going to be covering creating a lead qualification criteria. Okay, so how do we create a lead qualification criteria, and what do I even mean by that? So when you're prospecting with whichever method you choose for your business, and you're trying to hit your goal, as we talked about in previous videos, you're going to be generating new leads. Okay, now not all leads, the famous saying, not all leads are created equal. Now, what you would, in an ideal situation, if you're generating a lot of leads, you want to be able to filter those leads by a certain criteria so that you can focus on the ones that are higher value to you and your business, so that you can close the bigger deals, the better deals, and focus your energies on the right people rather than the wrong people. Okay, so how do we create a lead qualification criteria? The first place that I would look is I would look at your existing customers, okay? So if you've got a range of existing customers, I would analyze that list and try and pick out the top 10%, I was going to say top 10, but the top 10% of your existing customer base. Pick out those top 10%, those best customers, the ones that spend the most with you, that have the best relationships with, however you want to, create that criteria of the top 10%, whatever's most valuable to you. Pull them out and try and figure out what are the common criteria, or what are the common values or attributes that 10% hold. Okay, maybe it's they all have a certain amount of employees. Maybe they all have a certain amount of revenue turnover per month or year. Maybe they've been established for a certain amount of time. Whatever it may be, try and pick out similarities between that top 10%, and that's going to become the basis of your criteria. Okay, so once you've got that criteria defined, maybe you've got 3 to 4 points there. Maybe for example, maybe you deal better with people who are generating $100,000 in monthly revenue. They have a team of at least 10 people and they've been established for more than 2 years. They're your 3 criteria points that you can try and match all of the other leads up to that you're getting now. Okay, so that's how you create a really high level, that's how you create a lead criteria. And next we're going to talk about how to actually obtain that information. Okay, so gaining that information that we've just defined. The easiest way to do it will be for any lead capture forms that you have, whether they be on your website or whether they be on any advertisements that you're running or any other marketing activity that you're running. It would be to create either a long form that asks those questions so that you can filter the leads by the answers, or maybe you can create a two-step form as well. So we all know that with lead capture forms, the more questions you ask, the less leads you're going to get, okay? Because people don't want to fill out long forms. We know this one, okay, trust me. So you can split that form into 2 parts. So what you could do is just have basic information on part 1. So what's your name, your company name, your phone number, and your email address. Once they submit that, you can then pop them over to, once they submit that first section, you can then put them onto the second section of the form, where you can ask them your 3 lead criteria questions. What's your monthly revenue? How long you've been in business? What's your team size? Maybe you can give them ranges, whatever's most comfortable for yourself. Once they submit that second form, they come into your system. You can then obviously prioritize, which is the next point, you can then prioritize the conversations that you're going to have based off of those answers that they've given you in that second step on the form. So point number 3 is prioritizing those conversations. Make sure that you are speaking with the people that look the most like your top 10%. If you've got a lead that comes through that's spending over $100,000 per month, they've been active for more than 3 years, and they've got a team of 15 people, great. the bells should be ringing. These guys are people that you want to reach out to and speak to ASAP, okay? So you want to prioritize those conversations, and then you'll have, the people that are more lower quality or likely to be lower quality are the ones that are answering, well, we're only turning over 10,000 a month, there's only me, and I've only just started. I've been going for 6 months. You're going to want to put those ones as a lower priority compared to the ones that are hitting all of your criteria. All right. So just to finally round this one up, you want to make sure that you're following up with each one of these people in the right way as well. Okay. So maybe you don't actually reach out to the lower priority leads with a call. If your sales team or your team don't have enough time to reach out to all of the leads that are coming through, then maybe you automate a follow-up for those lower priority leads and see if you can either nurture them towards making a decision, sell them a tripwire product, or get more information out of them and get them to reach out and book a call with you when they're ready to purchase. Okay, so that's one idea that you can employ. If you have got enough time to reach out to all leads, great. It's also nice to just know that information before you jump on a call with them as well. But the point here is that, depending on your team size, depending on your resource limits, make sure that you're following up with these leads in the right way after you've taken the time to actually qualify them. Put all of your resource efforts and your best resource efforts into reaching out and following up with those high priority leads, and then figure out maybe some automated way to follow up with the lower priority leads. It's up to you how you want to do it, but at least by creating this lead qualification criteria and qualifying the leads on the way in, it gives you options on how you can follow up with those people in the long run. Okay? So that's it for this video. Pretty short one, guys. Hope you found it useful. As always, drop us a like on the video if you did find it useful. If you've got any questions or comments, let me know in the comments section below. And as always, subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to keep updated with the new videos that we're posting, we've got another video coming next week. Episode number 7, we're going to be talking about sales presentations, sales meetings, and conversations. Okay, so there's going to be some tips, some hints, and some tricks on how to best run a sales meeting and what to look out for in those conversations. Okay guys, Sam Clark here. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.